That is what you call some frozen shit right there. And that is why I'm moving to Florida to recover after this shoulder surgery. I think it's 20 degrees because the sun is out. Sun's out, guns out. Not so much. Not sun's out, guns out. Kind of a big day today. I'm gonna try to bring you in to our square meeting, our Octopus meeting today. It's gonna be a long one. I mean, probably 5 to 8 hours. We are running through the whole strategy, marketing plan for 2026, and like really in depth. Everything we're doing from an activation perspective, the arc, the arc of the year in storytelling. There's what's called an arc, and check this out. They're pumping out some heat right there. That is the University of Maine, Farmington, and that's, I think they're, what is that, like pellets or whatever? Some type of clean energy. So the arc of the year. So here's our seasonal beats, right? Let's call it seasonal, spring, summer, fall, winter, but quarterly seasonal beats also. And then here's how we're going to tell the story of the brand and the product. Here's how we're going to transition from one to the next, and then here's the kind of the arc of the year. Here's what we're trying to say and what we want everybody to know as they bolt on to this thing we're doing and drive this brand and company forward. We're going through all that today, and if I approve this plan, sorry, I don't want to die right now. If I approve this plan as is, this will get then sent off to our creative department, and they're going to bring it to life, right, through the creative side of it. So I'll bring it in for as much as I can, and we'll see where it goes.
Hey, yeah, good morning. First of all, thank you for just inviting me just to give updates on the CX team. So before we start, I just want to go back to when I first arrived at Origin, and one of the first things I wanted to do was just lay out our loyalty strategy. And so this is what's what's driving our team, and everything that we do. We want to stick to this. So just to recap, customer loyalty is the consistent, repeated choice a customer makes to return to a brand because of trust, satisfaction, ease, emotional connection, resulting in repeat purchases, advocacy, and long-term retention. So that's the goal, right? We want repeat purchases, advocacy, and long-term retention. So for us, we wanted to focus on 4 things that mitigate disloyalty, so reducing Jack's effort, right? So the first one, we wanted to really make sure that our team are authentic and personalized and empathetic and respectful in their connections. We want to make sure their response time was everything. When people reach out to us, we want to be on top of it. We want to make sure that their experience with us was effortless. And again, we also wanted to make sure that we were anticipating and resolving their issues. So we saw what their issues were, or potentially down the road, and that we were addressing it straight away. So my philosophy to CX has always been that customers don't stay loyal because you delight them once. And don't get me wrong, delighting customers is important. But they stay loyal because you never want to make them work harder. So make it easy for them. So that's been my philosophy. So this is our journey, right? This is our historical data. I've broken it into 3 phases, Q4 and Q1 of 2003 and 2004. Those are the days when we had Salesforce. And so I've got the volume of tickets. I could have pulled the C stats, but I didn't have any stats for response time or resolution time. And that's where the time of we struggled to respond to our customers, right? I think we had response times of over, we were in the weeks, I believe, right? Weeks
Multiple
and
weeks.
months,
Yes.
possibly, right?
Yes.
So it was a really a tough time for Origin. I just want to just pay attention as well to the right side. There's the channel metrics as well. So predominantly at that time, a lot of the way that the customers were reaching out to us was through email. And at that time as well, about 20%, 19% was through phone calls. So those were the Salesforce days. And that triggered the experience of struggling, triggered a real big change in how we did that, how we were going to bring out and roll out customer experience. And so a change in leadership, also a change in technology and platforms. And so we migrated over to Gorgeous, Loop. We brought all these different technologies in, and we also made a change in leadership. And then on top of that, we also had a remote workforce with the Ninja support team. And so Q4, Q5, so Q4 of 2024 and Q1 of 2025, you can see that some of the goals that we had, we went from weeks of not being able to respond to customers to absolutely getting a resolution with under 24 hours, right? Which is a win. I mean, for us going from the year before and then actually being able to get questions answered within a 24-hour period was phenomenal, right? Our first response times where we struggled for weeks to actually respond to customers, we were down in our peak to 4 hours and then even to 11 hours by, in real peak season. But you'll see the volume of tickets as well is pretty much the same and remained consistently, but just the reorganization of technology and just a change in, just with the direction of what we're trying to do had a great impact. And so that's a tribute to our leadership actually making the call and, and doing what's right for our customers. So also pay attention to how customers were reaching out to us. Again, still predominantly email. 60% of them were still emailing us. A lot of them were still coming in via phone call, 18 to 16%. And then chat, we absolutely started opening up the chat functionality. And so we had some chat engagement there as well, but we also had a contact form. So this is all coming through Gorgeous. So fast forward to where we are right now, right? This is where we are right now at the bottom, right? The ticket volume is high, but if you look at our CSAT, which is still pretty solid.
What is CSAT?
CSAT is a metric for when we send the survey out.
Customer satisfaction.
Customer satisfaction, right?
Got it.
How satisfied are they with our agent?
Yeah.
It's an industry metric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
CSAT.
And Leo, explain how the customer is surveyed before, during, after transaction.
Yes. So after the transaction, what will happen is the system will send a survey out, and the customer actually gets to opt in or not, right? Whether they want to rate our customers, right? So this is one of different metrics, but this is a traditional one. And so then they rate us on 1 to 5. So for us, we're sitting currently at a 4.7.
Wow.
Which is not shabby at all.
Yes.
But we've absolutely been in the 4.78. We've been in 4.85, but I'll speak to that a little bit later. So we're still really solid. This is where we are month to date for our quarter. So what's really important that I really want us to ever see is our first response times. In 2005 Q1, we were 11 hours and 5 minutes to respond to the first ticket.
In Q.
Right now, we are 30 seconds.
Wow.
And that is because of some of the implementations I know, and e-commerce has got a lot to do with it as well, implementing our shop
I just
assistant.
did a quick industry standard of CSAT, and
Yep.
retail e-commerce is 80 to 85% standard.
Yes, yeah.
And we're at a 94.
We've always been very, very high. We've been a solid operating group. Our CSAT's very solid. But it doesn't stop. So, I'll talk about that later of how we want to really make sure we up that. But
it's been really not knowing how Black Friday is going to go, how hard we want to commit to this plan, or if it's still going to change a little bit, because obviously if Black Friday is great, we're good to go. If Black Friday underperforms, we have to rethink this a little bit. And then even no matter how Black Friday goes, how do we want to start to manage the business on a monthly or on a quarterly basis as we're doing reforecasts and adjusting budgets and doing those kind of things next year. So this is the period where we're going to change from fixing the business to running a good business.
Because of the position in trying to cash flow this, what we've done is we've planned major brand activations to be right before the cash crunch. So as you can see here, end of Q1 sales event, end of Q2 sales event, middle of Q3 sales event. In between these two, we're planning a major brand moment with the sweepstakes.
Okay.
Right as we're coming out of cash, we're doing another major sweepstakes to fill the funnel before we go into Black Friday. So if you look at it in totality, mostly from your view, Tom, we've tried to cram major revenue and cash driving initiatives right in between Q2 and mid-year.
And then your story arcs for creative are going to have to follow this, Phil.
Yes, these are the story arcs for creative.
Because I was talking about that this morning on the way in my blog, just like the.
Yep.
So crafted for keeps, strong, capable, and free from the woods of Maine. And the overarching arc is there an overarching arc?
Built by Freedom.
Built by Freedom. So this morning when I was telling everybody about I was hoping, I haven't seen this yet, this is my first time, but I knew they were working on it. So there's your seasonality story arcs, and then if you scroll down, that's how it
Yeah, so here's how it
flows into product.
Yeah, so Built by Freedom is who we are as a brand. We've broken that down into 3 major stories: crafted for keeps, strong, capable, and free, and from the woods of Maine. What those actually mean is we're going to be talking about durability, craftsmanship, and the fact that we are makers. I didn't just come up with this. I didn't just be like, oh, this is what I think we should do. This is driven from consumer survey data. This is what they like Origin for, right? They love to see factory content. We are makers. We need to lean in on craftsmanship and durability in our communication. Mid-year, especially this year because it's the 250th anniversary of America, we really want to lean in on that family, hard work, freedom, community. Then as we round out into fall, going back to durability, comfort, and New England pride. Like fall is our time. We should own fall.
Yeah, for sure.
So from the woods of Maine. Now, the next layer under that are the seasonal collections. The winter collection, spring, summer, fall, holiday. You guys have heard me say this before I firmly believe we should be looking at the product collections in this manner, not spring, summer, fall, winter. It's too broad. Spring, summer, fall, winter it's too...
Break that traditional mold that brands plug themselves into.
SS, right? Spring, summer. We could say, oh yeah, we're planning this in spring, summer. It's landing in June. That's summer.
Yeah.
That's not spring, summer. That's summer.
Yeah, well, all these other brands are running off Chinese manufacturing calendars, too.
So I've broken it down into, we have our winter collection, our spring, our summer, our fall, and then our holiday. And then under that, you have your hero products. This gets to where the rubber meets the road and of what Tom was saying. Where's the revenue coming from? What's driving it and when? So January, it's denim, specifically Maverick. In February, it's boots in general. March, it's Moab. Then we go into chinos and shorts. Then we have
the chinos are the Versa chinos.
Versa chinos, yeah, right. Now, this is the next layer to this that I hope you guys are aligned with and like. We've gone ahead and also planned out the entire year worth of planned promotions. We don't know what those promotions are yet, like that's TBD, but the way that we've designed this is big marketing push, promotion. Big marketing push, promotion. All the way through the first half. That's what you see here. So again, when we say promotion, I think a lot of folks go, because we're talking discount. The promotion is TBD. What the promotion is it buy 2 for $99? Is it buy 1, get this at 15% off, right? Like, it's not just, we're going to offer jeans at $75. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is offering some type of promotion level event to push the product we just got done driving a ton of marketing on over a period of time. So that's how this is lined up all the way through the first half.
Do you think the consumer would pick up on that? Or
That's all I'm going to show you. Told you I was going to show you a little bit. You got a little bit. The rest I'm keeping a secret. See ya.